Hello and welcome to Advent Broadcast Network News this week. We will cover a number of stories from around the world, including an 18-year-old Adventist student winning the National Gospel Song Competition in Jamaica, ADRA Mobilizes in support after the Haiti's earthquake, and many more. Stay tuned to the end. Remember to like the video, leave your comments, and also share. I am Jenny Wena for Advent Broadcast Network. In Jamaica, an 18-year-old Adventist student wins the National Gospel Song Competition. The Seventh-day Adventist community in Jamaica is still rejoicing after Erica Lumsden, a student at the Northern Caribbean University NCU and a member of Claremont Seventh-day Adventist Church in St. Mary, won the 2021 National Gospel Song Competition. Lumsden, an 18-year-old second-year communications student at NCU, topped 10 finalists in a 4-week competition, which was televised on free-for-air television. The program featured musical performances from themes such as reggae or dancehall, gospel, traditional, and throwback gospel. Lumsden said that one of the reasons for entering the competition is that her father, Pastor Kanhai Lumsden, was 2 points away from death last year, and so she was at a different place in her life. Her father is not fully recovered yet, and her father's health care caused her to become more responsible and more serious about life, she said. She felt that God was more personal with her family than at any other time. One of the several songs she sang in the competition was "Take My Hand, Precious Lord." The Gospel Star competition, which replaced the annual Jamaica Gospel Song Competition, had the contestants performing cover songs instead of original songs, ending with the finale on August 1st, 2021. The winner was decided by votes from the public, which made up 50% of the total, with the other 50% taken from the opinion of 3 judges who were selected from Jamaica's music industry. For her win, Lumsden achieved the title of Jamaica's Star Gospel Star, 1 million Jamaican dollars, and a recording single, a video to that single, and also a smartphone. She says that she intends for this victory to be a launching platform to showcase and grow her gift in the Lord. She believes also that this blessing has come at a time when her family faces unique circumstances, especially with her father's health. Apart from the support of the church members and friends who voted, Lumsden acknowledges the support of her mother Judith and her sister Evie, along with her coach Audrey Brown, who was there for her every step of the way. This was reported by the Inter-American Division's news site. The Adventist Church in West Indonesia facilitates COVID-19 vaccination for the public. In support of the Indonesian government's call for COVID-19 public vaccination, the Adventist Church in West Indonesia collaborated with the Jakarta Local Conference JLC and the Jakarta Adventist Doctors Association to establish a vaccination center at the Adventist Church in West Indonesia head office. Adventist members and the public were the main beneficiaries of the vaccination program, which took place between July and August of 2021 and will hopefully provide immunity for Jakarta residents during the pandemic. On the first day of the vaccination, Pastor Binsar Sagala, Adventist Church of the Adventist Church in West Indonesia's secretary opened the program with a short devotional message for the attending staff and health workers. The coordinating team and the health workers then set up the vaccination area and stationed health workers and volunteers in their respective locations. Vaccine recipients were required to bring identification proof, that is an identity card, temporary stay permit card, or for foreigners, or proof of residence, and to be 18 years and above. Recipients were also required to register online before their vaccination day to identify with health pre-screening steps which will be conducted. Online registration is available on the Grab and Good Doctor smartphone applications. Additionally, participants have to ensure they are not being registered elsewhere for COVID-19 vaccination, that is in others conducted by the government. On-site registration is also available but discouraged, as this consumes more time and lengthens the queue, especially for the pre-screening checks. At the end of the first day, more than 1,000 individuals were successfully vaccinated with the first dose of Sinovac's CoronaVac vaccine, and it was reported that the following week, vaccination will be available for fit individuals aged 12 to 16 years old as per the government's recent policies. ADRA mobilizes support after Haiti rattled by magnitude 7.2 earthquake. On Saturday, the 14th of August 2021, around 8:30 a.m., an earthquake measuring 7.2 magnitude struck southern area of Haiti. It was followed by several aftershocks. Vibrations could be felt as far as Jamaica, about 200 miles away. Local news outlets reported that the sea in Jeremy receded, which might have indicated a tsunami, but warnings were rescinded later. Local authorities have declared a state of emergency for 1 month, seeking the assistance of humanitarian aid. Hospitals in Haiti nearest the affected regions are reportedly over capacity. Since the 7.2 magnitude earthquake struck the southern regions of Haiti, death tolls continue to climb days after ongoing search and rescue efforts. Preliminary reports still in early stages indicate that there are now nearly 2,000 deaths, 6,900 injuries, and significant infrastructure loss, with over 37,000 houses destroyed and over 46,000 buildings in damage, including hospitals, schools, and churches. There are also reports of road blockages. Residents of the affected towns have been trying to locate family and friends missing or feared dead. Such parties have been digging for people hidden under the rubble for days. The Adventist Development and Relief Agency, ADRA, was one of the first aid relief organizations to search the affected area of St. Louis de Sud in Haiti. From their assessments, the main concern is to care for the injured. At this moment, evaluations of the damages are being carried out. One of the main challenges is extreme complexity of gang blocks that do not allow easy access to affected areas. They are also concerned about the pending storm Grace and the already delicate situation in Haiti due to violence and the massive displacement of population. The situation is extremely complex. ADRA has been operating in Haiti for more than 30 years, providing support for nutrition, agriculture, water, and primary education programs in the north and northeast central parts of Haiti, targeting more than 1 million people. This is the second time a major earthquake has struck Haiti in a decade. In 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake killed as many as 200,000 people. An Adventist master guide, Hakainde Hichilema, is the new president of Zambia. Zambia has a new president. United Party for National Development, UPND, leader Hakainde Hichilema has been declared the winner of 2021 presidential general election. Zambia's new elected president, His Excellency Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, is a baptized member of the Seventh-day Adventist Church in regular standing. He was baptized with some of his family members back in 2019 by Pastor Hamilton Mulendema in Lusaka, while his wife, Mutinta Hichilema, has been a baptized member for much longer. Hichilema's membership is in the Chilanga Mission District of Lusaka Conference, part of the Southern Zambia Union Conference located in the Southern Africa Indian Ocean Division, SID. The family is blessed with 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl. What is more interesting about his Christian journey is that even at the height of his political career and pursuits of seeking public office to serve the nation as a Republican president, he never gave up on his God and has been attending church services and gracing many church functions. Notably, after an entire year of studying the Master Guide course and meeting the requirements, he and his wife got invested as master guides on 12th of December in 2020 at a colorful investiture that was organized by Lusaka Conference Ministries Director and his executive. Over 200 other master guides were also invested during the same occasion. Having been elected as president of Zambia, Hichilema needs the prayers of the saints for him to take up his sacred highest position in the nation, that through the grace of the Lord, he will execute all his duties with distinction. We will now connect with one of our own reporters from Zambia, Mabel Chitimbiti, who will tell us more about the situation in Zambia.
Zambia in the morning of 16th August 2021 around 02:40 a.m. took to the streets after the declaration of the 7th President of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. A lot of youths were seen running to State House immediately after the declaration of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema as a winner while chanting victory slogans. Like a bird in a cage and let us set free was the joy filled in the hearts of many Zambians. Mr. Hakainde Hichilema is a Zambian businessman and a politician who is the president-elect of Zambia after having contested 5 previous elections in 2006, 2008, 2011, 2015, and 2016. He won the 2021 presidential election with over 59% of votes. He was born in the southern part of Zambia in a village called Monze. He has a BA Economics and Business Administration from the University of Zambia, MBA Finance and Business Strategy from the University of Birmingham in UK. Business Tycoon was declared winner of Zambia's hottest contested presidential election, defeating the incumbent President Lungu. He is a baptized member of Chilanga Mission District under Lusaka Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. He and the wife are both master guides who were invested on the 12th December 2020. Elder Hichilema's message during campaigns has been centered on uniting the country, which has 73 tribes, as well as revamping the ailing nation's economy. In his campaign messages, he promised that he will promote religious liberties for all different faiths in the nation, adding that he won't force anyone to join his church as alleged by his political opponent. Reporting for ABN News, I'm Mabel Chitimbiti in Zambia.
A death toll from Turkey floods rises to around 58. Flash floods across Turkey's Black Sea coast have killed 58 people, officials reported. The country's Natural Disaster and Emergency Directorate, AFD, said in a statement that 48 people died in Kastamonu province, 9 people died in Sinop, and 1 person died in Bertin. 8 people are also receiving treatment in hospitals for injuries sustained in the devastating floods in the northern provinces, the second environmental catastrophe to hit the country this month. Drone footage shot by Reuters showed extensive damage in the town of Bozkurt in Kastamonu province, where the news agency reported search and rescue teams were checking for missing people around demolished structures. Torrents of water tossed dozens of cars and heaps of debris along streets, destroyed buildings and bridges, closed roads, and cut off electricity to hundreds of villages, the report said. Turkey has also been battling ruinous wildfires that have swept the country's southern coastal regions and other countries in the Mediterranean for weeks amid the unrelenting heat wave. More than 2,000 people have been evacuated from the flood zones as dozens of villages remain without electricity, the statement also reported. At least 20 people were killed when a fuel tank exploded in Lebanon. At least 20 people were killed and 79 others injured in a fuel tank explosion in the Akkar region of northern Lebanon, the Lebanese Red Cross reported. Lebanon is suffering from a severe fuel shortage, leading to long lines in gas stations and extended blackouts. Military and security sources said that the Lebanese army had seized a hidden fuel storage tank in the town of Al-Talil and was in the midst of handing out gasoline to residents when the explosion took place. About 200 people were nearby at the time of the explosion. There were differing accounts as to the cause of the explosion. The Red Cross said its teams were still searching the explosion site, sharing a Twitter photo of several people walking inside a large crater. Angry residents in Akkar, one of Lebanon's poorest areas, gathered at the site and set fire to 2 dump trucks, according to the Reuters witness. Some of the injured were sent to hospitals in nearby Tripoli, while others were sent to Beirut, said Rashid Maskoud, an official with the Islamic Medical Association. Hospitals in Lebanon have warned fuel shortages may force them to shut down in coming days, and also reported low supplies of medicines and also other essentials. Ivory Coast begins Ebola jabs after 1 case was confirmed. The Ivory Coast has begun a vaccination program against Ebola after the country confirmed its first case since 1994, the health ministry says. It said the family of the infected teenager and the health workers involved were the first to be given the jab. Health officials Serge Ehole said that they planned to have vaccinated everyone by Wednesday, and all the 2,000 people that were considered exposed from the community and also people from the health system and security. The infected teenager tested positive on Saturday after arriving in a commercial hub, Abidjan, on a bus from neighboring Guinea. Ebola causes severe fever and in the worst cases, unstoppable bleeding that can also lead to death. Scotland decides that 4-year-olds can choose new gender at school without parental consent. The Scottish government has issued new guidance to primary schools allowing 4- and 5-year-olds to change genders and decide without parental consent what name they want to be called. The guidance tells teachers they are not to question children who say they want to transition to live as a boy or a girl. Instead, they should just ask for their new name and pronouns, the UK's Daily Mail reports. Teachers are told they do not have to inform parents what their young children are saying about their gender. The Scottish Education Secretary Shirley Ann Somerville said this guidance outlines how schools can support transgender young people while ensuring that the rights of all pupils are fully respected. It provides schools with practical suggestions, and the guidance is not prescriptive and does not promote transitioning, she added. Yet it assumes that a child can change his or her gender no matter how young. And despite claims that the guidance does not promote transitioning, it does encourage teachers to provide transgender books in the curriculum, allows boys and girls to choose which toilet they want to use, and also encourages schools to introduce a gender-neutral uniform. CBN News has reported that children and adolescents who are confused about gender were previously treated with counseling, and most issues would eventually resolve as time went by. Today, a radical transgender agenda has taken the lead in popular culture and the medical field where gender dysphoric issues are concerned. Gender transitioning is now being encouraged because groups like the World Health Organization decided to no longer consider gender dysphoria or discomfort with one's birth gender a mental disorder. Even the terms have changed. Gender is now considered fluid. Gender activists now claim people are no longer born male or female, even though the biological evidence says otherwise. But you are said to have been assigned a gender at birth. It's just more evidence of the chaos, nonsense, and immense harm that prevails in the society today, or those in leadership in those societies reject the God of the Bible, his creation, and common sense, and when those who disagree do not fight back. Uganda declares polio outbreak. A public health emergency has been declared in Uganda after scientists detected polio in samples taken from 2 different sewage plants in Kampala. The country was first declared polio-free in 2006, but suffered outbreaks in 2009 and 2010. Results from Uganda's Virus Research Institute show that the strain detected is related to the first reported in Sudan. Uganda and the rest of the continent had been declared polio-free in August 2020, but the disease resurged and 19 countries have reported polio outbreaks over the past year. Uganda's health ministry says it is stepping up polio surveillance across health facilities and will investigate all children under the age of 15 who may present sudden paralysis or weakness in the limbs. The mass vaccination program is scheduled in October and December this year for all children under the age of 5. And that marks the end of our session today. Thank you so much for tuning in to Advent Broadcasting Network, liking the video and also sharing it. We appreciate all the support that you have granted us so far. If you would like news from your part of the world to be featured in our segment, reach out to us at info@adventbroadcast.net, info@adventbroadcast.net, or find us in our Facebook inbox. Looking forward to having you again next week. It has been my pleasure to have you with me today. I have been your host, Jane Nguyen.